Biggest thing is Nintendo released their earnings report. We got their figures out. Switch 2 has reached 10.36 million units shipped. Not sold. Say a little... I mean, we didn't get any sell-through figures from Nintendo like we did last time. Last time they announced 6 million sold in 7 weeks, which made our estimates a lot more accurate, knowing which week it is to hit a certain million. I was hoping they would have said it would have hit 10 million sell-through to sold to consumers, like sometime in the middle of October. That's what I was hoping to see, but we didn't see that. But yeah, the Switch 2 is at 10.36 million units shipped as of September 2025. So, over 10 million units shipped in 4 months. I know people are saying, "Oh, it's such a failure." Dude, nothing has sold that fast ever. And the Switch 1 hilariously has hit 154.01 million units, which is 10,000 units below the DS sold lifetime. Obviously, this is shipment, so obviously it'll take a bit longer for that to actually be sold. But yeah, so shipment-wise, sometime in October, the Switch definitely surpassed the DS, become the second best-selling video game console platform of all time. Number 2. Next up is the PS2, which sold anywhere from 160 million to 160.63 million, if I remember off the top of my head. In memory of PS2, last production, apparently this is the last made PS2, produced 160,636,885 during January 2000 and March 2013. Produced. That's the number of units produced. It does not mean that's the exact number of units sold, because this includes display units in stores, ones given out to free to employees, and giveaways. Those don't count as sold. We know it's sold over 160 million, so it's probably sold closer to 160 million than this 160.63 million. So if the Switch 1 gets to 160.64 million, then it's number 1. That's the number we're looking for. 160.64 million. If we see that number, we're golden. Of course, this watch is going to finish at 160.2 or something. Or something where it's just like, okay, which one sold more? One of them, perhaps. So yeah, Switch 1, 154.01 million units shipped. For the quarter, 4.5 million Switch 2s were shipped, and 0.9 million, 910,000 Switch 1s were shipped. Now, big thing here is good news and some bad news. Nintendo adjusted their forecast, revised their forecast for the current fiscal year, which ends March 31st, 2026. Nintendo now expects to ship 19 million Switch 2 consoles, which is up from 15 million units. So they're now expecting to ship 4 million more units than they had originally forecasted, which would be by far the best first year of a console ever. But they did, in contrast, lower the Switch 1 forecast from 4.5 million to 4 million units. If Nintendo ships 4 million units of the Switch 1 in this current fiscal year, which ends March 31st, 2026, the Switch 1 will be at 156.12 million units shipped as of March 2026. If it hits the forecast to the number. Exactly. And then you do the math there, it needs another about 4.5 million units on top of that to guarantee to be number 1. Can it do that? How long is Nintendo going to keep producing it? The issue is, from April of this year to March of next year, they're expecting to ship 4 million units. That number is only going to go down. They had shipped like 10 million some odd units the previous fiscal year. So that's a big drop. If things drop 50%, we might get 2 million units in the next fiscal year, then 1 million units the fiscal year after that, which would be 3 million, and that'd be 159 million. That's if things drop 50% over the next 2 years. I guess then you say, oh, then it drops 50% to 500,000, but then eventually they'll just stop. So I don't know how long. They're close. And compared to where they are right now, 154 million, we're talking 6.63 million they need to ship. Which I think percentage-wise, they're so close, but yeah, but the Switch 2 is out, and their focus is growing the Switch 2. I'm gonna lean less likely, but definitely still plausible that the Switch 1 passes the PS2.